Welcome to the Paige Trippin Podcast. I'm Paige, the nervous system coach, neurodivergent mom of four, former educator, and author of Emotional Fire Drills. I'm on a mission to help us all learn to feel safe in our bodies so we can finally unlearn what no longer serves us, to question everything so we can finally grow together. This is our safe place to unlearn, question, and get real AF about the journey to who we are underneath all that noise. It's okay to trip along the way, as long as we keep moving forward together. Let's trip. Yesterday, I literally screamed in my car with my children. Let me explain what happened. So this is the Paige Trippin Podcast, and I'm Paige Tripp. I am a nervous system regulation coach, and I help parents, educators, and children learn how to regulate their nervous system so that they can start to solve problems more, to be safe in their body, to feel their emotions, to handle problems, and come up with real-time solutions. And so the other day, we were in my car. I just did a reel on this, and I felt with all of the recent podcast episodes I have launched all about neurodivergency, I thought this is a great example of our neurodivergencies, right? So like my twins are 5 and they love to make noise. My one daughter, and I'm going to do it here, so hopefully you can hear it. She takes her tongue in her mouth and she pulls her bottom lip into her mouth, and then she makes this noise. I want to die. I am very auditory sensitive. I like the moment I hear noises. If people eat weird, it makes like the weird sounds when they eat. That's maybe eat weird. Sorry, that sounded rude. It irks my soul. Like, I can't. Like people picking at their nails. Like my grandma used to sit and pick her nail polish off, and it sounded like this. Or ASMR. Oh my gosh, so many people love ASMR, and I'm like, oh gosh, I can't listen to ASMR. It does not calm my soul. It enrages my soul. And so noise as a parent of 4, buy some Loop earplugs. They have a new brand, like a new type, and I'm going to actually buy them. So Loop, anybody listening from Loop, if you would like a brand and like to work with me and I could be an affiliate, that would be great because I love your earplugs. And they have one that can now switch to different levels. No, I'm not affiliated with them, but I love it. And now they have the all-encompassing earplug where you turn the little knob on it and it changes the level of how much noise it allows in. It works so well for your nervous system. So I pop those in during times where I know I get really stressed out. So anyways, so my twins are in the back of the car. They like to make noise because that's just how they calm their body. They just do it all the time. And then my second daughter, she is 11 now, and she hates noise like I do, and she gets so enraged as well. So they're screaming in the car, and she turns around and is like, shut up, and starts getting so pissed. And normally in that moment, the hot mess I used to be as a mom, I would lash out at her because I'm like, why are you being rude? They're just doing what they need to do. And then I yell at them because they're being annoying and I can't handle it, right? Like that's what I would do. And I'm being very real with you. And so I would lash out at them because I then was in my ADHD meltdown, right? My nervous system's triggered. My, internal tigers are attacking me, and now I am screwed. Everybody's screwed in the car, right? That's the old version. That's not what happened. I literally screamed in the car, but not at them. I looked at my 11-year-old after she said for them to shut up, and I was like, what would happen if we just join in? She was like, what? And I was like, what would happen if we just join in? And she just looked at me like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, come on, let's start making noises. So I started screaming weird sounds and weird noises, and I then couldn't stop laughing because the moment I started to make the noises, my nervous system was like, oh, we're not being attacked. Okay. And then I looked at her and I grabbed her hand and I was like, come on, let it out. And I'm shaking her hand. I'm like, scream a noise. Did she scream with us? No. But her face changed. She wasn't pissed anymore. She was laughing. Why? not because she no longer was bothered by the noise, but the noise was now changed through energetics. And so, yes, I am a holistic nervous system coach. I believe in energy. I do all the woo-woo shit in between. Excuse my language if children are listening. I do Reiki, I do yoga, I do breath work, I'm working on Ayurveda. There's so many certifications I have, but I believe that what we focus on grows, right? And so our mindset and our belief about a situation can change what happens instantly, right? Someone's yelling at you. If you just ask a question, it's instantly going to de-escalate their nervous system response, right? It's just like entering a code. Your nervous system, I learn best through metaphors. So your nervous system is like ADT, right? Someone pisses you off, someone makes a loud noise, your alarms go off. If I get curious rather than judgmental and rude, I now have entered the code to stop the alarm. Yes, the police are going to call and still ask questions. Yes, we're going to have to navigate this still. But you are now not blaring an alarm in your body. So, asking questions. So instead of saying, stop telling them to shut up, I said, what happens if we join in? I got curious, which disarmed her nervous system. Then I got silly. I wasn't devaluing her in that moment, but in that moment, I needed to de-escalate. Then after the fact, we had a chat, right? I had a conversation about the world's really going to be loud, but we got to work on, figuring out what we need in each moment and how we can shift that, because we can't control others, right? We can't control the way they do this. And so I could tell she wasn't ready for a full-on conversation. But what I will say is that I, as her mom, am starting to use my emotional fire drills, which I teach in my group coaching program, which, yay, a next round is starting at the end of September. So if you are a parent of neurodivergence, or you are a neurodivergent, or you're just a parent who deals with shit like this every day and you're like, I can't handle it, then this is for you. You don't have to be neurodivergent to be in it, but the community that I do mostly serve are neurodivergent. So, but you don't, again, this applies for every parent. It's really focusing on just the nervous system and learning how to do emotional fire drills so you can be the parent who de-escalates the situations and then you handle it. We never fix a problem in a nervous system response. And so in all of the previous episodes I did with a lot of beautiful people, Stacey Baden, Dr. Destiny Huff, I had Christina Schmidt, they all work with neurodivergent communities and work on helping parents understand that they need to first take care of themselves, right? If we as parents are not well, if we don't know how to shift our mindset about things and to face our ego and to do things that help our children become more resilient, then we are part of the problem, right? And we do not have to be an expert parent to be a great parent. I really, truly do not believe that, because I know I'm not. I don't have all the parenting answers, but I do have scientific facts that do help parents in the moment. No, we never solve a problem when everybody is in nervous system meltdown, because nobody's logical brain is online. You cannot access it. So we first have to calm the situation down. So my go-to response is, we will deal with this situation when everyone is calm. Feel free to steal that one. It's a great one. And when they keep asking, I said, we will deal with this when everyone is calm. We can come up with a solution. We will deal with this when everyone is calm. It is annoying, and it takes a neurodivergence brain off of the dopamine hit, right? So I've been reading, and again, I am currently enrolled in my neurodivergent coaching program. So I'm just starting it. I'm not fully finished, but I've been learning about how ADHDers or neurodivergents, I've been focused more on ADHD because that's the majority of my kids. We're all pretty much ADHD. But I was like, why are we always yelling in my house? Like, what can I do? And yelling, so like when your kid neurodivergent comes out of their little dopamine hit room, or like my one daughter will stay in her room a lot, and then she comes out and then she'll just like instigate people and like cause fights. And I'm like, why does this happen? And it's because she has low dopamine. She like comes out and it gives her a hit of the good chemicals, right? It's the only way she knows how to do that. So I've been working on trying to find different ways to do that. And then when she's in those modes, I will say things like, we will handle this, or I tell like other kids, like, not engage, I'll remove them from the situation. And I just keep repeating to her and to everybody, we are going to deal with this when we're calm. We're going to deal with this. And I don't say anything else, because every time I give one extra word, one extra sound, one extra engagement, she is getting more energy and it's fueling that behavior. And so I have gotten really good at this. And I'm like, I'll look at my husband some days when I'm really like taking care of myself, because yes, I'm human, I fall off, but I always come back to it. And I'll look at him and I'll be like, not even a minute. And he's like, what? I'm like, that took me not even a minute to de-escalate that problem. And mind you, I am ADHD. So in the past, okay, this is a little embarrassing to admit, but in the past, when my daughter, when she was toddler age, she would have like 4-hour long tantrums. Well, at the time we were calling them tantrums. I now know they were meltdowns, because her sensory needs were not met and all these other things. I would do well. I would be calm for moments, and then I would engage, because my nervous system was like, nothing is working and I am so over this. And then I would have the meltdown and I'd scream with her and I'd fight with her and I'd argue with her, and it was just like nonstop. And then it would escalate until we both were exhausted, we both were in tears, and we were both hurting. And not physically, like we never fought physically, but we were just like, she would throw all of her toys out of her room during bedtime. And it was like those types of fights where you're just like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? Because I know I was asking all the experts and nobody had opinions. And, now I'm 3 years into my own diagnosis, maybe 4 years into my own diagnoses. And honestly, I still feel a lot of times lost, and I'm learning about them. And when I created emotional fire drills, it was literally to help me stop doing those meltdowns. And I'm so proud of myself, because no expert was helping me. And I just was so curious. I was like, I need to figure out how the frick to stop doing this, because I am hurting my child by yelling at them all the time. And so I went in and I just started with yoga, and I realized, like, I was like, oh man, I'm calm after yoga. And then I'd go home and then I wasn't calm, because I had no other strategies to, like, you can't just do like weird yoga poses all day. But I found the nervous system, and then I was learning like spiritual work, I was learning mindset work, and I was like, this all goes together, and how are nobody bridging these together? And that's why I created emotional fire drills, because I saw a market that would only deal with people in one aspect. So you go to therapy and it's all talk therapy. It's all focused on the brain. Yes, they're giving you some tools, but they're not realizing that your nervous system and your brain are one whole entity. And if you don't work with them together, the things are not changing, right? So now we're seeing some more of that as you look at other therapies like EDMR and things like that, which are wonderful. Highly, highly suggest them. But the reality is you have to fuse everything together. You have to focus on the mindset. You have to focus on the nervous system. You have to infuse all of these things together. And that's what my coaching program does. So my coaching program is called Hot Mess to Less Stress. And it is a 6-week parenting coaching container where I teach you the framework for you to learn how to do them for yourself. And we tackle how to build this inner safety in your body, right? So that you can be the badass parent. Again, excuse my language. I love bad words. Okay. Anyways, they just make everything feel so much better when you say bad words, not at people, but like to just emphasize the awesomeness of things. Anywho, if that offended you, I'm sorry, but I do like them. So just word to the wise, I do like that. I like to have fun. And it's all about infusing fun into your parenting, because the reality is we are going to face a lot of things, especially as neurodivergent parents, that are just heart-wrenching, and they're difficult, and they're challenging, and they're isolating, and they feel so heavy. But if we can enjoy these moments and infuse beauty into our parenting journey, the things that we can accomplish in parenting for our neurodivergent children is going to be so beautiful. And maybe one day my beautiful neurodivergent brain will get it together so that she can create a whole new system for all children where this is a reality, of everybody having these tools and learning and growing and having just a system that encompasses all aspects of a child and all aspects of our communities, not just one community, but infusing this beautiful essence of everybody and everything and allowing kids to just be and learn. And I just have so many visions. But until then, I'm going to teach emotional fire drills to families so that we can help prevent as many of the mental health problems that we face in our communities, of neurodivergencies, and just children being so depressed that they don't want to be here anymore. It's just, it breaks my heart. And I just am so excited to share this. So if you are not ready to join group coaching, no problem. I have a workbook. I will give you a little insight. The workbook was done on Canva, and I want to do it better. And so it is currently in the works to be redone. And so I'm going to be redoing that. But if you want the workbook, it is only, I think, $17.99. I think that's what I have it on. And if you ever have questions when you are working through the program yourself, it's literally $17.99. So you can do this yourself. But I like groups because our nervous system does not like change. And so when you start implementing change, it will fight you. And accountability buddies and groups really do enhance the work that we do. And that's why I love groups, because we were not meant to do things alone. We need community. So if you would like to join in on this community, I would be so honored to have you. And if you have any questions about any of the programs that I offer or any ways that we can work together, reach out on social media at Paige Trippin. No, it's not one. It's at Paige Trippin, and it's on Instagram. And I would be so happy to talk with you. And if you're ready to join in, just head to the show notes where you can apply right away and join the community. On that note, I hope you'll come back next week, because I'm going to be having another wonderful chat with Christina Schmidt, and I cannot wait to share that with all of you. So if you're not following the podcast yet, go on up to the show notes, not the show notes, go on up to the whatever the show thing is. I'm so bad with understanding all this stuff. But at the top of where you listen, it should say follow. Hit the follow button. Please, please, please leave reviews and comment, because the more you engage with my podcast, the more information gets sent out to other people, and we can spread the word and share this mission with everybody, teaching that it's safe to unlearn, it's safe to grow, and get real AF about the journey, and we can do it together. Remember, it's okay to trip as long as we're tripping forward. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on the Paige Trippin Podcast. I hope today's episode gave you a new perspective or a moment of, yes, I'm not alone in this. Remember, this journey of unlearning and feeling safe in your body isn't meant to be a solo trip. It's a process that requires support, guidance, and a safe community. If you're ready to move past just listening and actually start doing the deeper work of nervous system regulation, I'm here to help. My signature group coaching program, Emotional Fire Drills, is where we apply the tools we talk about here in a structured, supportive environment. We work together to help you build resilience and regulation skills you need to navigate life with more ease. If this sounds like the right next step for you, head to the link in my bio to learn more and see how we can start working together. I can't wait to connect with you next time. Remember, if you have topic suggestions, questions, or guests you'd like to have on the podcast, drop them in the comments or email me at pagetrippin1@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow the podcast, rate and review it to keep the podcast's mission growing. Thank you for unlearning and growing with me, and remember to keep tripping with intention. Until next time.